Hey folks, this is your old pal Uncle Al. Since nobody ever pays attention to my channel, I might as well put back on the weird hats. Okay? Now, for those people that doesn't understand what Uncle Al's been doing for the last week, today is the 5th month of SHTF, and we're trying to make an iron ration. What's an iron ration? Or rations? It's in a small box or a foot locker of the things that boost morale or energy in case something happens to your apartment, your trailer, your house, your estate, your whatever. Well, I have food berry out there under 6 feet of water. Smart. But I have food in my apartment, which is on fire and now it's collapsing. This is why we have iron rations. But I have food in my bag. Okay, it's like I tried to explain this over and over again for the last 4 years. It's a moral boost and it's an emergency supply. Because in the bag, you could only hold up to 3 days. Now I kind of look at people, well, I could live off of that in the bag for 6 months. Yeah, and I could sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. Okay? It's the 5th month of SHTF, folks. Time to get serious. Okay? Like I said, I already did this before. Let me take off my hat. Whoops, put that back up there. Okay. Happy Cinco de Mayo Day. A real easy for people who are elderly or not with it, with the preparation or understand what's going on, is Hormel's Complete. Now, Matt Holbrook, sorry, Matt Holbrook uses this. Puts in a pot of water to heat it up. Takes him about 5-10 minutes. He has a nice hot meal, and he uses the hot water to make coffee. He has videos of this. Go check out his channel. Another one gives me a headache is, but I can't find chicken a la king. Get a can of chicken and get one of these. Chicken and dumplings. Not rocket science, folks. Fairly easy. And you mix whatever dry ingredients, could be noodles and stuff. And they always look like I stepped on their cat. It's simple, folks. It's not rocket science. Okay? If you go check out my channel, YouTube has graciously put out a section. Okay? Quit with all the World War II and World War I stuff. This is iron rations for SHTF. Okay? If you type it in big letters, it should show up. And only me and another person, Sensible Prepper, had done videos on it. And that was 7 to 6 months ago. It's not rocket science, folks. It's fairly easy. Unfortunately, a lot of people hate Spam. I love Spam. I know how to cook with it. Okay? I can do 40 or 60 different things with 2 cans of Spam. How about you? Well, I fry it in a frying pan. God, that gives me a headache. Okay, I can make create meatballs out of this. I can do a whole bunch of stuff. I can even make fake chicken legs out of this. Okay, worst culprit I know is people yell, tuna fish, tuna fish. It's like the one guy I talked to who bought 47 cans of tuna fish, and nobody eats tuna fish in his house. So I had him donate to the church, and I went through him step by step on stuff his family eats. Okay? We got 47 cans of tuna fish. But the thing is, on tuna fish, you got to know how to cook it. You can't just dump in cans into, well, I'll just dump it into this pot or that pot. You got to know how to cook. Same goes for sardines. Okay? Cheap, available, but a lot of preppers don't use this. Us hardcore survivalists, and also gourmet cooks and foodies, know this is very valuable. If it's packed in, I think this is spring olive oil. This is packed in olive oil. I can make a lamp out of this. I can make salad dressing out of this. I can make a whole bunch of things that you can't think of. And I don't like the sardine taste. Well, use tomatoes or citric acid or wine vinegar. If you've ever seen the Vineyard Chicks, that's one of the recipes I was trying to get onto the screen but couldn't do it. Uncle Alan's getting old and getting sick, and I can't hold the camera to do cooking at one hand and holding the camera on the other. It's like, it's real easy with sardines. Okay, you need an acid base. Everybody hates these. It's too much sodium, Uncle Al. Well, flush it in water for a couple hours and then cook it. You know, people can't tell the difference. I did mac and cheese with chopped up Vienna sausage. They don't care. They ate it. They thought it was great. Or when I put Vienna sausage lightly fried and covered in barbecue sauce, they thought, wow, where do you get these little weenie things? You just gotta know how to cook. Now, a nice thing about Iron Ration is different kinds of meats. Now, what I tell a lot of people is either corned beef or roast beef hash. Now, this will feed 6 people. If you add eggs or vegetables to it, it works out fine. You could deep fry this. If you cut open both sides of the can and you chill it, you pop out and make disc, and you batter dip the disc and fry it. Okay, it's like a cheap man's version of chicken fried steak. And if you combine the chicken fried homemade out of corned beef hash and a can of soup, you have a disc that's fried, crispy, and has a nice chicken dumpling on top of it. And then you add your vegetables. It's really simple, folks. Okay? People were complaining they couldn't find dried beef. I went to 6 stores and they have it stocked to the gills. Okay? Dried beef, you could do SOS, you could do a lot of things with this. I'm not kidding. You could do a lot of things with dried beef, but nobody ever think of cooking. All right? And my old standby is corned beef. Now, I could get cans of corned mutton, but a lot of people gag when every time I open one of those up. They say it stinks like high heaven. It doesn't bother me. I eat anything. Okay? And they know when they come to my house, they better watch it what they're eating. They go, what's in the meal, Uncle Alan? Shut up, eat it. Okay? Corned beef. A lot of people complain it's still salty. You cut it with noodles or vegetables. Learn how to cook. If you want, you could duplicate this by adding potatoes. It's not hard, folks. And we come back to Del Monte more. Okay? You can add more vegetables. Okay, can, whatever. Or you could add noodles. Or what I usually do is add a little ginger and Worcestershire sauce. You try to speak that with a speech impediment. Okay? Simple, folks, not rocket science. And that's your basic for Iron Ration. Can you make meals out of it? Or is it portable enough, okay, non-toxic, simple, to feed one person? It's not hard to figure it out. Oh yeah, and also I ate these cold, so it's fully cooked. All right, so you think about that when you make your Iron Ration. We're in the 5th month of SHTF, Things are not going to be changing because a lot of people are walking around, have no idea what's going on. It's time for a purple drink. Just like Jonestown. Now I tell a lot of people, get your act together. Simplest thing, get a box. I don't care if it's a Roach Motel or Mouse Motel, because I hate those things. I tell people, get a heavy duty tote, a foot locker, or what I used to do, old igloo chests. I have people go camping up here and they toss it at my thrift store for, we don't want this, and they head back to LA. And I pick it up for $1. I showed you that on my last videos. But nobody ever watches my videos, which drives me crazy. This is why I got 5 more videos and I'm calling it quits. Because I am tired. Okay? I'm retired. I don't want to hear everybody's stories. Why aren't they prepared? Why aren't they been trained? Why aren't they doing this stuff and like that? Okay? Most preppers or channels are like younglings. I'm doing Star Wars reference. They have no idea they have talent. They're thinking how to do stuff. Fine. It used to be my challenge to teach everybody. But like Padawans, they drift all over the place. Okay? And I keep warning them. You'll never make into a Jedi Knight or Jedi Master. Okay? A lot of people didn't know the dark side of the Jedi. What happens when you fail? Well, they drink a lot of survival shakes. So you get the picture. Like Soylent Green. What's this flavor? Anakin. Okay? So, like I said, folks, it's good to be a master and know things and try to teach people. Like a lot of my friends, I keep telling them, I'm going to teach them. I don't care how stupid they are. I don't care how inexperienced. I'm trying to save lives. And that's the biggest thing we're trying to do. You have to think ahead. You cannot stay in one spot. Because I warn people, a lot of people don't have the experience like I have. I lived through 2 hurricanes, a wildfire, flooding, and Stockton. That was hell. Okay? A lot of people don't understand. You say, oh, it's a modern building. No, it isn't. It's a piece of garbage and you're going to die. Okay, so you better make plans. Don't wait last minute. Leave. You have to think ahead. It's like playing chess or shogi. That's a Japanese chess. You have to think 20, 30 pieces ahead. Okay? I hope this doesn't scare you. This is, I think, number 4. Number 4, I think. I gotta stop, take medication because I'm getting a whopper of a migraine. Okay, folks. I'll see you later. Have a nice Cinco de Mayo night. Drink, celebrate, be happy. Tomorrow's Friday, so wake up. I'll be seeing you. Bye now.